Hello everyone, and welcome to Monday's mini message. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I'm just going to share for a few minutes, hopefully some things that I believe will encourage you today. So I hope you tune in. I want to talk to you for just a few minutes about letting go of yourself. What I mean by that is letting go of cares, worries, anxieties, because the truth is, if we hold on to cares and worries and anxieties, they can ruin our day. They can ruin our week, our month, really ruin the year if we don't learn to let them go and give them over to the Lord. So I'm just going to talk to you about this basic principle. But sometimes when we hear the word basic, we think it's not as important. Well, the basics are very important. And so let me just say this, don't ever abandon the basics when you're in trouble or you're having a difficult time. The Bible gives us clear instructions on what to do with worries and anxieties, to cast them onto Him. If we keep them in our care, we tend to focus on them, dwell upon them, feed upon them, talk about them. Therefore, many times they get stronger, bigger, and they just seem to have more power over us. That's why the Lord says, I didn't design you to carry them. I didn't equip you to carry them. You have to give them over to me. And so it says here in 1 Peter 5:7, it says, casting all your care upon Him, for He cares for you. And so why is it so hard many times to cast our cares upon the Lord? Well, I think it's difficult because we tend to focus on the first half of this verse and not the second half of the verse. The first half, again, says to cast our cares upon Him. And many times we have a difficult time doing that. But what does the second half of the verse say? The second half of the verse says, because or for He cares for you, or He cares for us. And if we truly believe that the Lord cares for us and loves us, then it will be easier to cast our cares upon Him. Now, I like to use my nieces and nephew as an example. For example, my niece Aubrey was over here recently spending the night, and she was trying to get the lid off of these goodies that I bought for her. And I was just watching her, and she couldn't get the lid off. And she started getting frustrated, getting that look on her face like, I can't get it off. I want these goodies. And I just watched her. And what did she do? She looked up at me. And when she looked up and she saw me, she came right to me and handed me the goodies. And what did I do? Well, I didn't just say, do it yourself. You're on your own. No, I took the lid off for her, and she went from being sad to glad. She brought it to the one who cares for her. So are we doing that? Are we bringing our cares to the one that cares for us? Notice she knew that I cared for her. Therefore, she brought it to me, and I helped her. It's the same way with the Lord. Now, I'm glad, she could have sat there and tried and tried and tried and fought it and fought it and fought it. And, it just would have been, she would have got more frustrated and more frustrated and more frustrated and more sad. But thank God she looked up. What am I trying to say? Look up. Look up at Jesus. He's waiting. He's saying, give it to me. I care for you. I'll help you. I'll take care of it. But He's not going to come and just take it out of our hands. We have to freely give it to Him. So, how do we know He cares for us? Well, let's just look back. He was beaten. He was bruised. He was ridiculed. We could say this. He was trashed. For you and for me, I would say He cares. Now, some of you might say, Dean, this care is just too heavy. I can't cast it upon the Lord. It's just too heavy. One translation says to throw it to Him. And some of my, it's just too heavy. I can't throw it. It's just so heavy. Well, the Lord gives another way out, another way of escape. In Hebrews chapter 12, he says, lay aside every weight. So if the weight is too heavy to throw, set it down. We need to set it down if it's too heavy to throw. And when we set it down, who is going to be there to take it? Jesus. Lay it right down at his feet. And I can say this, that Jesus, he's got a good arm. He's got a good arm. When you set it down, walk away, lay it down, give it to him. He'll pick that thing up. He's so strong. He's got such a good arm. He'll take that thing and he'll throw it right back to the pit of hell where it came from. That weight that's been stealing your joy, ruining your day, ruining your week, ruining your month. Maybe a weight some people have been holding on to that's been ruining their year. Or maybe even longer. So, know that we can cast our cares upon him. We can lay aside every weight. But know this. You have to know this before. It'll make it easier to give it over to him. Know that he cares for you. He cares for us. He loves us so much. He's saying, just give it to me. I'll take care of it. Don't doubt the Lord's love. Know he cares for you, and it'll make it easier to cast the cares, to lay the weights down for him. I hope this encouraged you. I hope you have a great day and a great week. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.